storms and the thermal lance from those Colossus just frying the Marine Marauder army, but will it be enough? A lot of Stalkers, High Templar still remain. Some more storms go down, feedback those battle cruisers, RGNFayth. No feedbacks going on just yet, maybe one or two, and it looks like Faith should clean this up. Is ahead 129 to 91 supply. So Faith cleans that up quite comfortably. The Colossus, Archon, Stalker, Zealot number just too much for Candide at this point in the game. But keep in mind, look at his mineral and gas count, 6,000, 3,000. So he can definitely produce a bunch of units at a time. A little surprised he hasn't added on any additional production structures. Looks like Faith is coming forward with his army. Will he decide to press the advantage, or will he decide to return home? Some Marauders coming out trying to deal with this army. Not sure about this decision. Of course, these Colossus just going to town on that Bioforce, running into that bunker. But will that be enough? Will any SCVs come forward to repair, I should say? Some Cloak Banshees coming forward could be the saving grace. I don't see any observers in the unit composition of Faith, and in fact no observers are on the field, so these Cloak Banshees should be enough to deal with these Faiths, at least for the time, to deal with this army, at least for the time being. But a storm does go down on every single one of these Banshees, and Cloak is about to eclipse, but Faith will back away. And ladies and gentlemen, that could be enough for Candide, I should say, to get his unit composition back up and running. Look at his minerals, 5,000, 3,000. Definitely should be producing those units ASAP, spamming that D button for that Marauder, trying to get as many units out as possible. And ladies and gentlemen, Faith is ahead 153 to 119 supply. We haven't seen any application of that fleet beacon just yet. Look at his minerals though, 200, 200, definitely keeping that low. Does not have the extra resources to spend on a potential mothership or carrier production. How often do you see the fourth gas being mined out in a Protoss versus Terran in StarCraft 2, ladies and gentlemen? Look at all these gases that are mined out. You can tell this game has been going on for quite a while. We are at the 43-minute mark. And I would attempt to recap the game at this point, but so much has happened. Looks like Faith has 3 more observers. Might look to do some sort of push to the natural... Is it the natural 6th of Candide? And honestly, I'm a little bit surprised he's not adding a bunch of production structures. He has so much resources, ladies and gentlemen, and honestly, 10 barracks right here. Why is my drag not working? There we go, 10 barracks. Bam. It looks like Faith does discover this expansion at the bottom, so that will be extremely short-lived. Some mules do get some mining time, but find themselves abandoned, and Faith sees that the real estate is on the market and will immediately take that. But at the same time, we have an engagement in the middle of the map, or we will have in the near future, I would imagine, and not a planetary fortress. Keep that in mind, an orbital command, so Faith will have no reserves in engaging that. But keep in mind, these Colossus are at the back here, so they can easily get sniped out. Faith, will you realize that and pull them back? Looks like he's pulling back this entire army, trying to take advantage of this choke. Will any storms go down from those Templar? Not for the time being. These ghosts come forward and actually get annihilated, but an EMP does go down on about 5 of this High Templar. Will that be enough? A storm does go down, and Candide runs right into the storm, so all of these units are just getting decimated. Goodbye Vikings, goodbye Banshees, goodbye Marines and Marauders, but it looks like it will be enough to hold off this force, and some mules go down to repair, I would assume. No man or mules at this stage in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be fooled. Those are to repair those Banshees. And Faith coming forward, warping in some more Zealots, High Templar, and Stalkers right away. Coming forward to try to deal with Candide's army. And will it be enough? It looks like it might be. So, ladies and gentlemen, a back-and-forth game we have on our hands. Candide down 85 to 135 supply. But keep in mind, look at his mineral and gas count. He's definitely way up there on the economy. But his unit count just isn't there. I'm telling you, he needs to start making something. Here we go. What's being made? Some medevacs being made. Come on, put down like 10 barracks. Look at his minerals. Look at his gas. He needs to try to spend those resources if he wants to get back into this game. Of course, he's down 156 to 89 supply. Faith does not want to give him that chance to get back in this game. Proceeding forward with a lot of Zealots, a lot of Colossus, Stalkers, High Templars, you name it. It has been made. And Blink finally being researched. That's a little hysterical at the 46-minute mark. Could be a timing push at the end of that. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like Faith is not going to wait for that. It's going to charge forward with all of these Zealots and Stalkers, but quite a few Marines and Marauders here. Will a storm go down? An EMP goes down on that entire army except missing these 2 High Templar. So those storms will do so much damage to this Marine and Marauder army. And Faith should be able to clean this up quite easily. I would imagine some reinforcements coming down from these barracks. Candide, please rebuild your infrastructure up here. A nuke is going down, ladies and gentlemen, but a ghost does immediately get killed. So while that nuke did try to go down, and there's the GG from Candide. Ladies and gentlemen, an action-packed first game in the GO4SC2 Cup number 6.